Alright, what's up guys? It's Epic BMX Edit, and I'm not going to make a how-to or edit today. Today I'm going to recommend you some bikes to get. I got a lot of messages telling me what bike you guys should get, like a stock bike. I currently have a few tabs open. The first website is go to fitbikeco.com. I'll put everything in the description, but these 2013 bikes came out recently. These are all the 2013 bikes, and today I'm gonna tell you what bikes to get. If you're gonna get a stock bike, I'll tell you what to look for before buying. And yeah, when I buy a bike, like if I were to buy like I have a custom bike, meaning all the parts are like aftermarket, they're not stock parts. But if I were to buy a stock bike from, let's say, a website like this, the first thing I would look for is a full chromoly frame. So we'll look at the Duggan signature. I probably pronounced that wrong, but this is a signature bike. Signature means it's the pro's bike. So let's say this rider, he's a fit rider, and it's his signature, what's it called, bike. So whatever parts he rides, they'll sell you this bike. That's basically what it means. It doesn't mean that it has his actual signature on the frame or anything. But so right here, you see that it says full chromo. Chromo means chromoly. Chromoly is basically it's stronger than steel. Like if you're looking for bikes that say made out of high tensile steel frame, don't buy a bike like that. Even if you're a beginner, tend to go for a full chromoly frame because you have a less chance of breaking the frame if you have a full chromoly frame. And make sure you see this says full chromoly frame, fork, handlebars. Make sure the most of the parts on the bike are chromoly. You don't want steel or anything. Another thing to look for is what's it called? Oh yeah, this bike, it has a 30-to-10 gear ratio. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the sprocket is huge or small. As long as it doesn't really matter about that because it's just gear ratio. So another thing that I like to look for is the top tube size. So let's say you guys are 5 inches tall. You're probably going to want to go with either a 20-inch top tube or 20.5. If you guys are, let's say, 5'4", that's your best to go with a 20.5 top tube. If you're like 6 feet tall, get a 21-inch top tube. You don't have to do this, but like I'm 5'4" and I have a 21-inch top tube. At first it was pretty big, but now I pretty much got used to it. So like I'm just saying, in the beginning it'll be better for you guys. So this is just geometry, means like it just talks about the frame and everything. And then this is the actual parts list. The second thing that you're gonna want to look for, let's see, where's the hubs? Alright, here we go. When it talks about hubs, like front hubs or back hubs, make sure it says, what's it called? Sealed, right here. Make sure it says sealed. If you don't buy a front hub or back hub unless it says unsealed. I mean, don't buy a bike with hubs that are unsealed, because you want to get sealed bearings. That's how you know that they'll last longer. They won't bust out, like the bearings won't bust out or anything like that. Female axle just means like the bolt, like you could see right here on the bike. I'll try to focus. You can see that the bolt is really small. There's nothing sticking out, like the axle's not sticking out. That's what female axle means. Female axles are a bit stronger than male axles, but the thing is, if you're gonna grind, there's a high chance that the bolt might break. But then again, they're pretty strong, so if they do break, all you have to do is just get a new bolt. Next thing is rims. Make sure you get double wall rims. You see DBL, whatever that means, double wall. It doesn't matter about the holes, 36 holes or 48 hole. 48 is a bit stronger and heavier, but 36 hole is pretty standard and it's still pretty strong. So go with double wall rims. And another thing is, with most bikes, they come with alloy spokes and stuff. Those will bend. Those will bend eventually, but with nipples that are brass and steel are much stronger than alloy. But that's not really something that you could really. It's not something really like to be anal about. But I'm just saying, like if you wanted to get a custom bike or something, then you should get steel or brass nipple spokes and stuff. See the spokes, it has 14 gauge spokes. Double butted spokes are also pretty good. It's your wheel will stay true and stuff. Weight, if you're a beginner, a lot of beginners tend to look at weight. And as you're a beginner, you're going to try to save as much weight as possible. Try to get, if you're a weight whore, then I would get a bike that's 25 pounds or less. Usually when they say the weight, like 24.56 pounds right here, I think, I'm pretty sure that it's with brakes and with pegs and all of that. Usually a lot of BMXers take off their brakes and pegs and stuff like that. I took off my brakes and it made my bike a bit lighter, not too much, but I didn't take it off for the weight. I took it off because, for one, when I first got my stock bike, it was an Eastern Trail Digger, and it would scratch the paint because like usually stock brakes are really bad, or it depends on how you put them on. I just don't like the brake cables and all that, and it just looks. I don't like brakes. They just piss me off. But it's all personal preference in BMX. That's why it's like freestyle BMX and stuff. So now I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorite bikes that are on this website. I'm not talking about parts. I'm just talking about like how they look. A lot of people, they also look for how nice the bikes look, and this bike, like for an example, looks really, really hot. You got the red chain there, white wall tires, grips, so full chromoly forks and one piece steer tube. Steer tube is like the fork and stuff. Double wall rims, so that's good. Sealed axle, that's good. So yeah, this for example is good. Like it's a good bike. Another bike that I like was this bike. I really liked how it looks. Yeah, you got a red top load stem. The difference between a top load and front load, top load, it gives you a bit more rise. But if you want your bars to be a little bit higher, and if you don't have a top load stem, if you have a front load, then you could switch the stem, flip it over. It'll give you a bit more rise. So full chromoly forks, that's good. Double wall rims, that's good. Sealed hubs, that's good. So this bike, I would say, is pretty good. You can see it has a 21-inch top tube. TT means top tube. Yeah, so this bike is also very good for beginners. Like it says right here, the levels, like what level I guess you are. Like I said, Signature is what the pros ride. These are like the pro bikes. These are like level 3 and stuff. Another bike that I really, really, really like is the Benny 2. Like this bike is fire. It just looks so nice. Again, it's all personal preference. It's what I like. Oh, by the way, one last thing. I'm happy this popped up. Chromoly front triangle means that this part of the... I looked this up a while ago. Like I think it was like a year ago. But I probably forgot some stuff, so I might say some incorrect information. But from what I remember, chromoly front triangle means this whole part of your frame is made out of thin chromoly, and then the back is made out of like weak metal or something. So the back tends to bend a little bit easier. I think that's what I read. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like the back I think is weaker. Like the dropouts are weaker. I think that's what it means. You could look it up, but I looked it up a while ago, and that's what I found out. Chromoly. I was about to say chromoly hamburgers. Chromoly handlebars. That's pretty good. Chromoly hamburgers. That would have been funny. 20.5 top tube. So this is for a bit smaller rider. Let's see what else I like. This video is pretty long, but in case you're a beginner, this should be a useful video. Another bike that I really, really like is this one. It kind of looks like a bike that Nigel Sylvester used to have. Chromoly front triangle again, double wall rims, everything. And then the last bike that looks pretty nice is what's it called? BF1. Looks pretty good. This looks pretty nice. I think this isn't that good. This is, I think, a level 1 bike. So yeah, you could see chromoly top tubes and stuff like that. Eventually, when you buy a stock bike, so eventually you're gonna obviously change parts on it. And before you buy any type of bike, what you're gonna do is, let's say I want to buy the Duggan 1. What I'm gonna do is open up a tab. Before you buy any bike, go to Google and type in I'm doing this with one hand, the Duggan 1 review BMX bike, and just look up the bike before you're about to buy it. There's gonna be a YouTube video. Usually Vital BMX reviews the bike, and a lot of people will leave comments and ratings on how good the bike is. So you see it shows all the specs here, and then sometimes you see people write comments. And yeah, so I'm gonna pretty much wrap up the video now because it's pretty long. But if you're gonna buy a stock bike and you're not sure whether it's good or not, the following things I said in this video should help you out. If not, you could leave a comment on any of my videos. Don't message me because I find it a bit easier to reply to comments. So just comment telling me what bike you want to get, and I'll tell you if it's good or not. But I pretty much told you everything you need to know, so hopefully you should be good now. And yeah, my new videos will be coming out soon. I'm gonna go on vacation in August soon, so I'm not sure when I'll post another video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.